He should know that Koji survived that attack against that fight
No,
against Ishiki.
the only reason Amado would know that is if he sees these toads with Boruto and puts the pieces together.
Well, Kashin Koji said that he successfully snuck in as if Boruto was diverting the attention away from him to allow Kashin Koji to sneak in. So Kashin Koji is in the village right now, based on the translation of this OP scans, which
No, that was
I
the
think
toad
translated a few
stuck
things.
into the Ten Tails dimension.
You think so? I interpreted that as Kashin Koji saying that.
Succeeded in
Kashin
sneaking.
Koji could be talking through the toad, but it's like the toad that snuck in. I did not interpret it as Kashin Koji is in the Leaf Village. He doesn't need Boruto for that. He can just walk in like he did before.
No, I understand, but like he can't just walk in because then he would be seen.
He can. He literally did it.
That's not what he did the first time.
Okay, sorry. He fell in.
Shut up. Oh my god, whatever. He snuck in, which is the point. But that's why I think these are two different word bubbles. It's two different ideas, two different pieces of information. He's giving Boruto information similar to how Katsuyu was catching Naruto up. Katsuyu was giving him like different strands.
If it makes you feel any better, the
lines.
arrows are pointing to the toad talking.
No, I agree.
Okay. So we at least agree, like the toad is saying the word in that.
So the code the toad is saying that he successfully snuck in and that Code went back to his base and whatever else he's saying. Like, succeeded in sneaking in Boruto isn't a sentence by itself. It's like the end of a sentence. So there's clearly words being said from before this point that we don't see.
No, what?
What do you mean, no?
That's just like, it's like, okay, they have a plan to sneak in, and he's like, succeeded in sneaking in, Boruto. It's like,
that's not a sentence.
He doesn't need to say, I have succeeded. Like,
what do you mean? Just like, no one talks like that. What do you mean?
He talks like half the sentences. Okay, like, for example, confirmed. It's Ten Tails. That's not how a normal person would, like, say it. Like, I've confirmed it. The Ten Tails is here. It would be a more complete. It's just short, like, frankly, it's a toad. For all we know, the toad just talks in short, choppy sentences. I don't think, no, it's not that we only got half the sentence. That just is the short sentence it's saying. It's saying a short, choppy sentence. Like, succeeded in sneaking in Boruto, Code went back to his base. Like, I don't know. Like,
it sounds like a drone on a reconnaissance mission.
If Koji is saying, like, Koji could be, like, the one talking through, like, a cell phone toad, saying, like, my toad has snuck in Boruto. He could be saying it, that's fine, but, like, the point is the toad got to the Ten Tails dimension. That's the point.
No, I know, because it wrote in on Code. But I don't think...
that's what it's saying.
I don't think that's what he's talking
when it
about.
says succeeding in sneaking
I disagree.
in. Koji doesn't need distraction to sneak into the Leaf Village. He can
then the toad doesn't need to sneak into the Ten Tails dimension.
It should.
It needs.
So Code doesn't kill it.
It can just teleport with Code because Code didn't sneak away.
No, the point. Okay, Oodie. Come on, bro. Okay.
What do you mean? If your argument is that he talks in short, choppy sentences, why did he say Code went back to his base? Why didn't he just say went back to his base?
Let's just break it down.
Or Code went back.
So the toad can't just go to the Ten Tails dimension normally. He doesn't have the ability to do so. He doesn't even know how to get there, for that matter. So the only way to do that is like by going with Code, as we saw.
But it knew how to get to Jigen's dimension.
It snuck onto Code. Code doesn't notice. That's the sneak.
I know.
It went with him sneakily, and it made it to the Ten Tails dimension.
And Kashin Koji snuck into the village.
Sneaking into the hideout. Huh?
And Kashin Koji snuck into the village.
You can think that. That's fine. He could have.
Okay, in the same way, you can think that the toad sneaking into the Ten Tails dimension is what he's talking about here. He doesn't confirm it either way.
Yeah, but one's much more likely to be the one that they're talking about. Because one is literally what just we saw on panel. But it's more likely that that's what the toad's talking about. It's just
they're two separate ideas. You're just assuming it's the case. Too. There's no implication implying it's the case.
That is such a lie. There is 100% implication. We're seeing it. Like, let's be honest here. There's no way you think that it's more likely that Koji's talking about sneaking in personally into the Leaf Village.
I'm not saying it's more likely.
It's not even equal.
I'm saying we don't know.
100% less.
You're saying
Like,
it's
it's
more
possible.
likely
Wait, hold on.
that he's sneaking into the
but
Tintails
it's
dimension.
definitely
I
not
have
the
a-
most likely situation.
I have a question. If it was Kashin Koji, why would he need to let Boruto know he succeeded in sneaking into the village?
Because they have a plan. Clearly, there's something going on.
His chakra is already registered into the village. He can just
Okay.
waltz in.
He can't just waltz in. He didn't just waltz in the first time.
He didn't.
I mean, yes, he can, Oodie. He literally did. But more importantly, to counter you, Immortal, it's the same thing. He doesn't need to tell Boruto his toad snuck in. Like,
Yeah.
he could just not tell him. The point is he's letting him know, hey, so far things are working. Like, that would be why he would tell him. If that was the case, he would tell him just to let him know, like, hey, I did it. Like,
Dude, again,
Yeah,
he can't
but I
just
think it's
waltz
just-
in. That's why he didn't go through the front gate. That's why he told Delta to say that. That's why he was in hiding and only watching with his frog. That's why the
Okay, but
moment he
Oodie-
was seen by anyone,
Oodie,
he moved
Oodie,
locations.
but the point is, he did that
He
without
ran
a
from
distraction.
Kakashi.
He can just sneak in, is the point. He can just do the same thing he did. Just jump off the friggin' rooftop or whatever and just hide. He can do that again. That's the point. He doesn't need Boruto and Ko to distract. He can just do it.
I'm not saying
'Cause
he
I wonder
needs
if-
them to do it, which it would help if they did do it, by the way.
Yeah,
But
he doesn't need
he's
it.
just
It's
sneaking
pointless. He
in
just
at the
does it.
same time that Boruto is. He's just telling him that he's in the village. He succeeded in getting in the village. You're
Yeah,
putting too much
that's not what
emphasis on the
he's saying,
sneaking
though.
in part.
He's saying that the
He's not saying
toad
thank you,
and
Boruto,
made
for
it-
allowing me to sneak in. He's saying, all right, you're in, Boruto? Good, I'm in too. Let's proceed with our plan.
It's the toad. The toad made it to the Ten Tails dimension. That's the point of this line of dialogue.
Obviously, the toad can talk. But how is
That's
the
not what I'm
toad
saying,
talking? Because of Kashin Koji. Because it's Kashin Koji's toad.
Okay, I'm fine if Kashin Koji is telling Boruto the toad snuck in. But the point is, it's referring to the fact that the toad made it to the Ten Tails dimension. That is what it's referring to.
You're saying that as if it's 100% the case.
Well, it is 100%
No,
the case. It
it
happened.
isn't!
So in
Like,
chapter
like, Oodie,
28,
at-
Then
Oodie,
how do
at
I
best-
have my other interpretation if it's
Oodie,
100% the
at
case?
best, it's Oodie. At best, yours is just in addition to what me and Immortal are saying. Without a doubt, what we're saying is right. It's just a matter of whether or not yours is in addition or not.
What you're
and we have
saying
no
can
evidence
be
to say
right.
It is.
You can interpret this
What
as
I'm
that
saying
and it
is
being
right.
correct.
What
That
you-
doesn't
Oodie,
mean
so
that's
what
what the
you're saying
toad
would
is
be
meaning.
right. What we're saying is right. It could be. It's either ours or both. There's no not our situation.
Okay, if the toad isn't meaning the Ten Tails dimension, then it doesn't matter.
But it is meaning. It
You'll
100%
you can never
is
prove that.
including that in this
In
point. That's
this
the
line, you can never
obvious
prove
thing.
that. No, because Boruto
Literally
is the
on
one that
duty.
asks, what about the Ten Tails?
okay,
And he says, wait,
Let's look-
not yet.
Yeah,
Confirmed
so
it's
at this
Ten
point,
Tails.
he's responding to about the Ten Tails.
we were to look at chapter 28 where Kashin Koji and Delta were about to sneak into the village. He did say that there was once a special unit that monitored all who entered or left Konoha via their chakra, which was the Yamanaka clan.
It's like
Yeah.
the same reason. This could also be why Boruto knows to come now, not just because he randomly heard Sarada scream thousands of miles away and teleported here or something, but
So-
because like
No, it
he
had
and
nothing
Kashin
to do with
Koji had a
Sarada,
plan.
but-
There's clearly information that we don't have that they do behind the scenes about what's happening here and now.
Yeah, I mean, I assume Boruto literally just, like, followed
Mm-mm.
Code.
Be around
Honestly
too.
speaking, Boruto is probably pursuing Code just as Code was pursuing Boruto. Because Boruto obviously wanted to prevent the invasion. He obviously wants to pin Code down and threaten him to take him to the Ten Tails. Like, so Boruto obviously wants to find Code. He doesn't want Code attacking the village. Likewise, Code obviously wants to find Boruto. That's why he went to the village, to get Boruto to show up.